hate to talk over that. Woo! That is John 5 bringing us in. John 5 off his latest record, Careful with That Axe.
Ooh, look out.
You're listening to the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. Welcome, guys. This is the last circus of 2014, by the way.
Yes, it is.
So, my good friend and co-host and confidant, Mr. Kevin O'Connor.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, are you all stuffed out from Christmas? Did you have a nice Christmas?
Do I like Christmas?
Did you have a nice Christmas?
I like Christmas, and I had a wonderful Christmas. Thanks for asking.
I hope you
How about you?
It was fantastic. Fan-freaking-tastic. I got to spend time with my sister and my brother-in-law, who always makes me feel like a girly man, because my brother-in-law is one of these guys that, like, you know, does these like quadricathons where, like, you know, they make you, like, you know, run through like 6 feet of water carrying a bag of cement over your head, and
right.
you know, and you know, he's like,
I get tired watching them on TV.
I know. I'm like, really, dude, really? Because he's like my age, and I'm like, you know, it's always like, oh man, well, I ran 3 miles this week, you know.
I drove 3 miles this week.
I watched the Steeler game.
That was a workout. Oh, really? I jumped up and down a couple times.
All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus, the final edition of 2014, and we really do not have, like, everybody's doing like their end of the year thing. We don't really have any of that for you tonight.
No, we don't have any best stuff.
We don't have any best stuff. We're just going to keep playing the great rock and roll that we have been playing for you guys. And we made a friend this week, between this week and last week. A young man from the Philadelphia area, great blues guitar player, Steve Cal.
Ah, yes.
Steve Cal, man, and Steve's such a cool dude. He's been, like, retweeting the podcast. Nice. Yeah, man, and we give him a real nice review in Blues Rock Reviews, bluesrockreview.com. You can go to there and you can see the review that I wrote for Steve Cal Band. But just because he's such an awesome dude, we made good friend with him. Let's just open the show tonight with some Steve Cal Band off his latest CD, Room to Move. This is Midnight Dream.
Days too long. Well, it ain't natural for a man to be so alone. I close my eyes, yeah, I got my feet on the ground. I miss some old friends, I gotta leave this town. Down slow, there's a good man on me. Once I had a woman, but then she went away. When I drove her down the bridge of insane, come the raindrops falling heavy like glue, and I'm crying like a baby, yeah, but this ain't nothing new. I'm into my midnight dream, but there's nothing I can see. It's my midnight dream. I'm going down slow. It makes a good man talk to me. Yeah, I'll make a good man talk to me. Woo!
Steve Cal. Steve
Yes.
Cal Band, Room to Move, Midnight Dream. And I just noticed something here. Steve, thank you, man. You put my review as the first thing on your website, man. Thank you. Very cool, very cool. You know, I just want to say a couple more things. One of the things I really like about Steve's record is there's been a tendency in a lot of contemporary blues records to sound like so produced, like they've got almost like their own version of the Nashville sound, you know what I mean? And that record, Steve, your record is so raw. It was one of the things that really drew me to it, made me really, really love it. SteveCal.com. Please visit him. Friend him on Facebook. He's a way cool dude. Great guitar player, great singer, great songwriter. And we'll have to get around to some of it because he's got some cool remakes on his record too.
Cool.
And he does a great version of a Stephen Stills song that we're going to have to play for everybody sometime. So
Definitely. That's Cal. C-A-L.
C-A-L, Steve Cal.
Cal.
Yeah, that's absolutely. Okay, I'd like to thank our sponsors. Click.
Hold on.
Welcome, Click.
That wasn't very strong. Let me try it again.
Oh, there we are. Now we're clicking some vodka. Sipping a little Click while we're doing the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus.
Yes, sir.
And my publicist and good friend Joanne Quinn Smith at over at Positively Pittsburgh Live for always promoting the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus.
Hey, Joanne.
Hey, Joanne, we love you. And we follow us on Twitter, LLStrangelove. I know it doesn't sound like anything to Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. It's a long story, and we'll talk about that some other time. But we got some great music tonight. Also, we have a topic that we're going to discuss. We always try to do something music business related, and this week we're going to talk about turning pro and what that really means.
Wait. Does that mean I have to go downtown and wear short skirts? And,
Exactly, Kevin. You
whistle at the cars.
You.
Going by?
You have to go down.
I'm turning pro.
What's a quickie?
What's a quickie?
$5, same as downtown.
Oh.
Okay. Anyways, thanks. We'll be here all week. This is a lady from North Hollywood, VK Lynne, and I discovered her on Reverb Nation. You can go to reverbnation.com/VK Lynne. That's LYNNE. Give this a listen. Crank this up. Gray returns VK Lynne on the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus.
Hard to see. The black and white can come and go. The lines I've drawn define a peace I cannot find. The gray returns to free my soul. Free my soul. It gets so hard to breathe.
Me
VK Lynne. That's LYNNE. VK Lynne. Wow. Cool,
Yeah.
huh?
Now, you and I grew up in the 80s. That's the era of the arena rock. And as I'm listening to this song, I can just see her on stage, all the lights, all the lasers, all the fog. And so, yeah, I really dug that. That's really cool.
What was the band that did The Warrior?
Oh, that was Patti Smythe
And
Scandal. Yeah.
It almost had
There
like
you
a
go. I'm trying
amped
to,
up,
like,
sort of like a more modern
yeah,
Scandal
yeah.
sort of sound.
There you go.
But VK cites some influences like Hailstorm
Yeah.
and Lacuna Coil and Pink. She's also a member of a very cool thing called Eve's Apple, which I don't really have time to get too much here, but it's like an all-female like symphonic metal thing, and you can find that on Facebook, facebook.com/Eve's Apple. Very cool. But that's VK Lynne on the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. Thank you for sharing your music with us.
Yes.
Much success, and I hope that you keep putting out records, okay?
Indeed.
Good stuff. Thank
Cheers.
you, VK, so much. Cheers. Cheers to you. Cheers to you.
Hey.
All right. We have... what did you do? I heard that you saw a good movie of her.
I did see a good movie.
What'd you say?
I saw The Imitation Game with Benedict Cumberbatch.
You know, we had to practice saying that.
We did, because I can never pronounce that. I always forget how that guy's name goes. But, you can't go wrong with Benedict. Look at all the different movies. Sherlock, the Star Trek movie.
He's the voice of Smaug.
Yes, he
in
is.
The Hobbit,
Yes,
which you and I have to go
yes.
see.
And it's about the code breakers of the Enigma code back in World War II. And I'm a sucker for anything World War II. So, very well done movie, great actor, compelling story. So I would see a 2 thumbs up.
You
There
would
you
give
go.
it 2 thumbs up?
Yeah. Have you seen anything?
I saw Guardians of the Galaxy.
Finally.
Finally sat down and watched that. I was really kind of blown. It was a lot better than I anticipated.
Yeah, I agree.
It's got an all-star cast.
Sure.
It's got tons of great actors in it, and I sort of felt like it was kind of like in some ways the Star Wars of like this generation or like this time. I mean, it has a lot of comparisons.
Yeah.
It's got the sort of good versus evil
Right.
sort of story.
Sure.
And the characters are sort of all, they're not versions of the Star Wars characters, but they kind of are. They're awkward.
Right.
They're not. They're flawed.
Yes.
All
right. Yeah.
So the dialogue is very snappy, very much like Star Wars was to us in the 70s.
Exactly.
But it's just like updated.
Yeah.
It's just really hilarious. I mean, the interaction between the heroes is just the Guardians of the Galaxy is just absolutely just knocked down, knee-slappingly funny. Great special. There's some things in there, science fiction-wise, I don't think that we've seen before, too. There's some innovative type things, and it's got the good versus evil thing,
Sure.
the evil lord, So there's the sort of like Darth Vader type character, but and one of the things that I really loved about the movie, I thought really kind of like made it took this big science fiction movie, really brought it down to earth, was this great soundtrack.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
I mean, just this like,
Snappy soundtrack.
It's a snappy. I mean, it starts out with "I'm Not in Love" by 10cc. That's
Right.
how those. So you can see where it's going right from there.
They had me at 10cc.
Fooled around and fell in love.
Yeah.
Cherry Bomb by
The
by
Runaways.
the Runaways
That is
in there.
right.
So it's some great stuff.
Outstanding.
So I thought the movie was great. I thought it was.
I
very cool.
agree.
And Vin Diesel has one line the whole movie.
I'm Groot.
I am Groot. All right, not to spoil it for anybody. Okay, this is speaking of great music. Jeff Fetterman Band. Jeff's a great buddy of ours. We love you, Jeff. He's got a new record coming out. He's working real hard on it. So I'm gonna play a little Jeff Fetterman off his last record. This is called Hellbound Train. Jeff Fetterman Band.
Well, I walked 1,000 miles through the pouring rain. I traveled many more on this hellbound train. Had nowhere to run, and there's no place to hide from the broken heart you gave me and a love made of lies. From your love, there's this hellbound train. In the still of the night, as I slip out of bed, I slip by your house, knowing where we've been. Smoke-filled room with a bottle in my hand. If I were as strong as my drink, maybe I'd be a strong man. But your love is more than a memory. I just kept believing that you wanted me. You had another link on your chain. I'm still just a lonely rider on this hellbound train. Thought I found heaven's beautiful angel. I search had ended for the Holy Grail. You were just a beautiful stranger. Now I hear that train coming up the rail. Well, I searched a million places for the light of day. I looked 1,000 faces, try to take you away. Nowhere to run and there's no place to hide from this rain that falls inside. Well, your love was just a losing game. I took a taste and the price was paid. My heart's still bound by these chains. Still just a lonely rider on this hellbound train.
Oh, Jeff.
Yeah. Listen to me now and hear me tomorrow. That guy pumped me up. I love that guy.
You know what I like? I love that harmonica in there, man.
Awesome stuff.
That's something you don't hear very much, and I'll tell you what, Jeff knows how to use that harmonica.
You're playing some mean hop. Mean hop.
I know.
Making it talk. All right, Jeff Fetterman. You can find, let's give Jeff a little plug-a-rooney, jefffetterman.com. And what's Jeff doing? Looks like on January 23rd, on January 23rd, you can see Jeff live at the Last Shot Bar and Grill in Erie. So get your happy little buns up to Erie, PA on the 23rd and check out Jeff. It's at 8 p.m. Oh, my. So let me ask you a question, Kevin.
Sure.
What do you think it means to be professional? Like, when somebody says, like, he's professional, what does that mean to you?
To me, it means that you get paid for doing your job.
You get paid for doing your job.
Right.
Well, how do you get paid? What do you have to do first before you get paid?
Well, you have to learn your skill.
You have to do your job.
Oh, then you get hired. Then you do your job.
Then you do your job. You do your job, then you get paid, right?
Right.
Right. I mean, and we all know how to be professional. I mean, right? You go to your job, you put in your time, you do your thing, you take care of business, you take care of the customer when he walks through the door, you take care of the patient when they come through the door. You do your best, you give it your all. That's really sort of the professional attitude.
Correct.
And a lot of people are really mystified. It's so funny because everybody thinks that, like, all the rules and everything about being professional, about being in business, apply to every business except being a musician. They treat that like that's something completely different. Yeah. But see, guys, even before like there's any like serious money being made, you're not going to make the serious money until you become professional. Okay, you can't just wait to play music when you feel like it. You know, the author Stephen Pressfield, who wrote The Legend of Bagger Vance and a bunch of other things, has been known to say. Somebody asked him one time, you know, do you write every day, or do you just write when inspiration strikes? He says, I only write when inspiration strikes. Thankfully, inspiration strikes every morning at 9 o'clock sharp. Okay, so this is the first element of being professional, and that is sitting down and doing your work, writing those songs, practicing your guitar, getting your singing together, learning those harmonies. Do that. Start that attitude. Start that mentality, like right now. That's one of the first things you got to do. You've got to. It's a sort of hard hat mentality. You get your lunch pail and your hard hat and you go off to work.
Right.
All right. And sometimes you're not feeling it. Do you still go to work though when you're not feeling it? Do you ever wake up in the morning and go like, oh man, I'm really pooped, you know? Sure. But you still go to work.
Yeah, have to.
And musicians seem to not get that. They think that like they only play music when they feel like it. That's the amateur. That's the amateur. That's the guy who only does it when he's in the mood for it, or when when inspiration strikes.
Right.
Okay. Get going. Get into gear. You'll be surprised. The feeling will kind of come along once you get that guitar in your hands and you start to get warmed up and that amp is cranking and you start to feel it. Okay. You're never going to get that big break until you start until you are already pro. Nobody wants to hire an amateur.
Right.
They want to hire a professional.
Correct,
exactly. Another thing about being a professional is this. Professionals take criticism in the real world. Okay. If you write a song and you play it for your friend and your friend says, oh, that's lovely.
Right.
That isn't real world feedback. That's your friend being nice to you.
Exactly.
Okay. You know, in the real world, you record that song as professional as you can. You put it out there. You send it out to be reviewed. You get it on internet radio, whatever you got to do. And you get some real world feedback. You get people say, that sucks. Or no, that's really good. Or I'd like to hear more of this. So not as much of that. Okay. So that's another part of being professional. You've got to get out there in the real world. If you're playing your guitar and you're writing your songs and you don't want anybody to hear it, or you only want to play it for your friends, you're not treating it professionally.
Right.
Another thing that professionals do is they're always improving. You ever notice, like, and I don't know if your job requires this, but a lot of people out there, their job requires them to go to like different conferences.
Exactly. Yes.
You know, take more courses and stuff
education.
like that. Yeah, continuing education.
Sure.
And if you're a musician, it's the same thing. Almost everybody out there. All the guys on the road, the guys that your heroes, especially singers, almost every singer is working with a vocal coach. I guarantee it. Okay? And a lot of the really great guitar players and drummers are taking lessons. Neil Peart talks about this in the documentary Beyond the Lighted Stage, where he talks about going back and taking drum lessons again.
Neil Peart.
Taking
drum lessons.
Exactly. If he can go back and take drum lessons, there's room for improvement with all of us. Okay. Now I'm just going to say one more thing. The hardest part. Let me add just a couple more things. The next thing you have to do as a professional is you've got to promote what you're doing. You've got to, you know, if you're gonna open a business and you're not gonna do any promotion, you're not gonna tell anybody, you know, what is the song we sang in Sunday school? Hide it under a bushel.
Right.
You know, if you're gonna treat it like that, no, it's not gonna happen.
Good.
You can sit in your room and you can play guitar all you want and you can do all kind of stuff, but if you don't get out there, get your stuff out there in front of people and start promoting it, you're not really being professional. So. Put on that hard hat and get your lunch pail and get to work every day. Get your butt to work every day. Get real feedback. Get your music out there where people can hear. Go play gigs. Do all of that. Interact with other musicians. Get them to know you. All right? This is all part of get some continuing education. Always be learning. Always be growing. And don't forget to promote whatever it is that you are doing. Okay, guys?
The special after-school special was presented by
Click Vodka.
There you go.
So, hey, listen, guys. So that's your tip for the week here
There you
on
go.
the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. Thanks again to Click Vodka and Positively Pittsburgh Live. Also, you can find me on the internet at loulombardi.com. I've got a lot of great articles. We also have a free ebook for musicians out there. So you go to my website, you can sign up for that. And when you do that, there's a place for you to send us your music so that we can promote the living crap out of you, because we're all about promoting people constantly. So I'm really excited. We play these artists here because they're freaking badass, and we want people to hear what they're doing. Okay. Now, speaking of badass.
Yes.
Now, this is I heard this today, and I'm like, I have to get this on the podcast.
Okay.
This is a song called Love Letter.
Oh.
It's not the Bonnie Raitt song.
No.
It's a song called Love Letter by Clairy, Browne and the Bangin Rackettes.
Wow.
Okay, just that name. Okay, now I'm not going to
That's
say
a
anything, but we're
name.
going to come back and talk about Clairy Browne here
All right.
in a few minutes. But listen to this. This is called Love Letter, Clairy Browne and the Bangin Rackettes on the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus with Lou Lombardi and Kevin O'Connor. Check it out, guys. Crank this one up. You're going to like this one.
I get a love letter. I'm gonna write what I want you to do to me in a letter. Yeah. I'm gonna write it for good, or for bad, or for worse, or for better. Yeah, love letter. I'm gonna write it for you so that you can be my lover. Be my lover. Oh, when it is yours, I am yours, baby, now and forever. Yeah, love letter. Oh, be my lover. Won't you help me get out? Be my lover. Love letter. Oh, won't you help me get out? Oh, my head. My roommate's a light years on, but you can't forget her. Yeah, love. 'Cause tonight is the time that we know each other better. Yeah, love letter. I'm gonna write what I want you to do to me in a letter. Be my lover. I'm gonna walk through the sky until I find a feather. Yeah, love letter. Be my lover. Won't you help me get out? Be my lover. Love letter. Won't you help me get out? My head. I'm gonna write you a letter. Oh, baby. For good or for bad or for better. Please believe me, darling. Darling, I'm yours once you're ready. I'm yours. Never, ever forget it. Oh, I'm gonna write you a letter. For good or for bad or for better. When it is yours, I'm yours, baby, now and forever. Be my lover. Won't you help me get out? Be my lover. Love letter. Won't you help me get out? My head. Darling, I'm yours once you're ready. Live on forever, forget it. For good or for bad or for better. I'm gonna write you a love letter.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Oh, my God. Woo! Oh, my. Oh, hot, Bernie. Oh, wow.
You don't mind me saying so. I really like that. Wow.
Amy Winehouse meets Tom Waits. That's kind of
Yeah,
like how
yeah,
I would,
yeah.
you know, I know you guys don't like to be like pigeonholed or classified, but like it's always good to have a point of reference. Clairy Browne and the Bangin Rackettes. And that's reverbnation.com/Bangin Rackettes.
Do they play tennis? Are they playing tennis out there?
BANGINRACKETTES.
They are banging.
Really
awesome.
smoking hot. That was great. Clairy appears to be signed to Vanguard at this last writing, but you know how these things with these situations with these labels are. So I'm not exactly sure. I really want you guys to go buy all of her MP3s,
Every single one.
Yeah, and really support Clairy. She's from Los Angeles area. Great singer, great song, great jam, and just all the way around. Thank you, Clairy, for sharing that with us.
Thank you, Clairy.
We loved that.
I
Whew.
really did like you.
Oh my! Oh, good. Okay, now this
I need
is
a cold shower.
I need a cold. We're gonna take a cold shower. While we're taking a cold shower, you guys are gonna listen to Betty Doom. This is called Hotbed. Now these guys are awesome too. This is live, and their whole thing is live. They don't appear to have any studio tracks, but they're a really good live band. I mean, it's brave to kind of like throw this kind of stuff out there on the internet live like this. Betty Doom, Hotbed, on the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus with Lou Lombardi and Kevin O'Connor. Betty Doom. Nice stuff.
Betty Doom.
Good stuff. Betty
Very
Doom.
good.
And
Yeah.
let's talk a little bit about Betty. Betty Doom.
Okay.
That's not actually that isn't the person's name. That's just the name of the band.
I love Betty. She's as good as that Hootie fella.
Indie band, blues rock indie band from Los Angeles, California.
And that was live.
That was live. I mean, they sounded
That
like great
sounded
drums.
really good.
Great snare sound. Congratulations to Jeremy Rowe. No, he wasn't who's the drummer? Tim Rossetti. Tim Rossetti on drums. Nice job there, Tim. Really cool band, and they're formed in 2014, so they're like a really new
brand
band.
new. Nice.
Yeah, nice stuff. And I'm trying to take a look here. I'm not seeing any shows right now. They played way back in July in Santa Monica, but I don't see any shows listed right now. But you can keep up with them at ReverbNation.com/Betty Doom. Now, let me give you guys a little bit of advice on how to use Reverb Nation. When you go there and you like somebody, you want to share on Twitter and Facebook.
Oh, yeah,
and
you go.
there's this thing to become a fan. So when you become a fan, you get information on where they're gigging and when they got new records coming out and stuff like that. So you can keep up with everything that they're doing. But that's Betty Doom, ReverbNation.com/Betty Doom. Very fun, great rock and roll band. Okay, now we're going to play this. This is a really cool thing that I found too. These guys are really awesome. This is Taylor McCluskey and the MFICs. Excuse me. Let me say that again.
Yeah.
Taylor McCluskey and the MFICs. They're from Los Angeles. Great rock band, and I think you guys are going to like this. You just might want to hold on to your headphones, Kevin.
Okay.
All right.
They're
You
secured.
guys listen to Loudini Rock and Roll
Let me get the
Circus
duct
with
tape.
Lou and Kevin. We're going to kick it one time with Kevin.
Hey, me.
Taylor McCluskey.
She said something wrong. Now she can't move on. The static's in her head. The static's in her head. I'm so far gone. The static's in her head. The static's in her head. Too much Charlie in her mind. Let's grab a drink and calm the night. Her leg is so strong as her mind clicks on. The static's in her head. The static's in her head. Her warmth is so strong. The static's in her head. The static's in her head. Too much Charlie in her mind. Let's grab a drink and calm the night. Too much Charlie in her mind. Let's grab a drink and calm the night. She said something wrong. Now she can't move on. Too much Charlie in her mind. Let's grab a drink and calm the night. Too much Charlie in her mind. Let's grab a drink and calm the night.
Taylor McCluskey and the MFICs from Los Angeles, California. that gets the air guitar award.
Yeah, we
the
were
night.
jamming here.
I mean, really. I mean,
Holy cow! I love that tone, the tone of that guitar in the solo.
yeah. I mean, there's like at about 2:30 there was like some sort of breakdown. Where you did that.
awesome.
I know. We were just Kevin and I looked at each other like, oh my freaking god, it was absolutely amazing. I mean, you guys rock so amazingly hard. Thank you. Thank you. We're
Thank
so
you for
grateful
sending
for all the
that.
great music out there.
Oh man.
Oh, you've been listening to the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus with Lou Lombardi and Kevin O'Connor.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And last show of 2014 went pretty good, huh?
Oh, I think so.
I think it went pretty good. We're looking good forward to 2015.
Very much so.
A lot of good stuff coming up. Just a couple of announcements. You got anything coming up, Kev? You going anything?
Not until late January, but I'll bring it up.
Okay.
as the time comes up.
Well, if you guys don't have New Year's Eve plans yet, you can check out Tribute to the 90s with my band Super Monkey. We're actually going to be performing at Supervana at the Altar Bar. We're going to be doing a whole set of Nirvana. It's a tribute to the 90s with Supervana, Rage Against the Machine 2, and 10, which is a Pearl Jam tribute band, which is very excellent.
Very cool.
That's at Altar Bar. It starts at 9:30 Wednesday night. And there's several packages. If you go to the Altar Bar website, there's several packages that you can buy. All the way from, just the basic thing to like food package to a VIP package where you can drink all night for one price, and just total insanity. So it's New Year's Eve at Altar Bar starting around 9:30. That's Supervana, aka Super Monkey, Rage Against the Machine 2, and 10 Pearl Jam tribute. So we hope to see you guys come out and rock out with us with that. And have a safe New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. We got some good stuff coming up.
We'll see you in 15,
in
that's for sure.
2015. So, anything to add, Mr. O'Connor?
No, I want to tell everybody how much I enjoy doing this. My good friend Lou, my brother from another mother. And I'm looking forward to continuing this into the new year. So everybody have a safe and happy New Year, and we'll see you in 2015.
And on that happy note, we're going to end on a great note. This is one of our favorite bands from Pittsburgh, and you guys are closing out the 2014 Loudini Rock and Roll Circus, so you should be very honored. We love the Hawkeyes.
Yeah.
This is the Hawkeyes, double E, on the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. Have a wonderful New Year, guys. We'll see you in
Happy New Year,
2015.
everybody.
You guys rock. We love all of you guys. God bless us, everyone.
Alright, right by me, but always be alright at the double E. But I'm alright, right by me, but always be alright at the double E. Well, I've been to New York City. shadow clinic. And such silver